boys and girls. Today we are going to talk about making inferences, and we're going to apply this to our story Out of the Burning Darkness that we read last week and did a couple of activities with. But this is more of a lesson, so we're going to have a couple steps that we're going to go through here before we actually get to just the work itself. So my focus question for you today is, how do we as good readers make inferences? Okay, and this is something we've talked a lot about this year, and we've practiced this, and I mean, this is one of the harder skills that we learn, so we just have to kind of keep at it. So I'm just going to start out with a little activity, and I want you guys to look at this photo, and we've done this before where we looked at like historical photos and things like that and tried to kind of figure out what was going on. So what I want you to do is I want you to pause the video and I want you to look at this picture, okay? And I want you to think about the emotion of the picture and what do you see in the picture, like just the facts first, okay? Just the facts. What do you see? Like describe the photo. If somebody's doing this lesson with you at home, describe it to them. Tell them what you see, okay? And that's going to be like an example of what our text evidence would be. Like what's the evidence in the photograph? So if you would, go ahead and pause that and take a look at that picture, and I'll be back in just a second. All right. Now I want you to look at the photo, and I want you to just try to figure out, tell me, what's happening? What is going on in this photo? What can you infer about this photo? Okay? And I want you to take just another second. I'm not going to put a screen in for this, but just like a pause screen, but just pause the video and maybe take a guess on what you think's going on. Okay, so when I look at this photo, some of the things that I notice is, the first thing that I notice is this big long fence right here and how it juts out right here, like they don't want you to climb over this fence, which most fences they don't want you to climb over, but this one in particular, it looks like you can't really get out. Okay, then the next thing I notice is the people. Okay, now two things about the people. A lot of them are smiling, which is kind of confusing. Okay, because it looks like they're being confined, like they're being kept here against their will. This lady doesn't look too happy, but a lot of people are smiling. Okay, and the other thing I noticed is that they're all Japanese. Okay, and you may not have known that they were Japanese, but they are definitely. You can see that everybody in there is of an Asian descent. Okay. So I'm just going to tell you what this is, and you can kind of take a guess on if you were close or not. And a lot of you guys don't know about this, so you wouldn't have gotten it totally correct anyway. But this is a picture from a Japanese internment camp. During World War II, when we were at war against the Germans and the Japanese, here in America, all the Japanese Americans were rounded up and put into camps. Because the government thought they could be spies or they could be working for the Japanese government, and they put them into these camps and just held them there against their will. They were prisoners. And so you can see, like, and it was messed up. A lot of these people had been here for a long time. A lot of them were born in America. They were Americans, but since they were of Japanese ancestry, they were held against their will. Okay, so just wanted you guys to take a little guess and kind of try to infer what was going on, because again, I thought this was kind of a confusing picture because people seem sort of happy that they're getting their picture taken, but it also looks like they're being held against their will. All right, so that's a good little warm up for us. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to post this sheet today too, and within a different assignment. So you will have to do this today, and I'm going to show you right in, let's get this full screen. Within your Google form today, you're going to see 5 questions, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, and that's what you're going to answer is from this sheet. Okay, like what happened in her apartment, why is there an empty bird cage, and then why is Jenna going, what's she doing with the cat? So what you're going to do is, in your Google form, you're going to write down what you would have written on this sheet. Okay, same thing down here for the next paragraph for 4 and 5. Okay, so that will be within an assignment as well. I want you to use that to kind of warm up. I want you to do that first. All right, then we're going to scoot on over. We've been reading our story on Out of the Burning Darkness about the 14-year-old boy in the coal mine and how terrible the conditions were down there, and about the fire and all that stuff. And so you guys are probably going to want to reread the story again. And then you're going to get some of this today. Now look, been a lot of kind of whining about, too much work and all that kind of stuff. Personally, I don't think I'm giving you too much work, but I have kind of cut back a little bit on assignments because I need you guys to start turning everything in. Okay, this assignment won't be posted until Monday. I'm working on this on Wednesday, so this will be posted on the 30th. So I'm hoping by this point here, you guys are going to be able to be getting everything turned in to me. You will only have half of this sheet today. You can see it's 4 big boxes. You're only going to do the first half today, and I'm doing this video to show you how this is going to work. It's got the clues and the inferences. This will be posted on the assignment. You will fill it out on the Google form that looks like this. Okay, so if we go down here on the first one, not number 2 but number 1, it says write 2 lines from the article that support the inference. Working in a coal mine was dangerous. If you look at the sheet, that's exactly what it says right here. So the first one on that form is for this one. Okay, then the second one I screenshotted it and posted it actually. So right here it's got all the lines that you need, and it says what can you infer about the coal miners, why the coal miners were paid higher wages than other workers, and your answer is going to go down here on the form. Okay, and that's what you would have written on that piece there. And that's it. You literally have 2 questions today on this story on making inferences. Okay, so just for today you're going to have these 5 on the sheet, and then you're going to have these 2 on this sheet. Okay, and that'll be in a Google form just like that. Okay, I will post these as separate assignments, and I will post this video, the same video, on both assignments. Okay, and you don't have to rewatch the video, just watch it once, but you do need to complete that, the e-reading first, and then the Google form second. Okay, I'm doing my best to be as specific as possible because some of you are struggling with what to do. All right, and that's going to be it, guys. Just remember, when we make inferences, we use our background knowledge and we use the text evidence, okay, to come up with our own thoughts about things. All right, so that's going to be it. Good luck.